purposely invite the rock and roll element into our community?
Well, what's wrong with a little entertainment?
Entertainment is fine, but this... we have lots of big acts that come through here. Ice Capades, Tiny Toons, Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones, Dr. Bones.
Good evening, this is Dr. Bones Live, and today my guests are returning for the second time on the show. Welcome back, Jill and Richard from Meter Bridge.
Hello.
Hi.
So, guys, obviously the last time we talked, your EP had been out for a while, and you just kind of started working the album, because I know, Richard, last time you said you're always in the studio, busy, kind of mucking around and trying to come up with different beats, layers, that sort of thing. So... First question about this new album, Slow Motion, was that, because it kind of fits in with some of the songs. Now, the title, did you guys kind of fit it to the songs you were writing, or was it just because it was just a bit of a longer process than you thought it would be?
Well, actually, this album was written before the EP, the reason why we came up with that title was because we couldn't think of anything else.
It's kind of one of those things when you're brainstorming, right?
Right.
It's part of the lyrics to Meant to Be.
Okay.
And Meant to Be was one of the first songs we ever wrote together.
Oh, wow.
And we just took the how does it go? Dumbing down, slow motion. So the lyrics got double down, slow motion. So we just took the slow motion and made it the title.
Right on. Just in general, I really liked the way this album flowed, and I love how it kind of started off. Jill, your vocals were really, really good. I mean, Filter was a great way to start the album off, and then Richard, I know you're kind of in the background with as far as like sound layers and that sort of thing. But the second song, kind of boom, you're right in there and kind of back, but more powerful than the first album, meaning like the vocals seem a lot stronger this time around, and the lyrics seem just a bit more in depth.
Yeah, I think we definitely put a lot of energy into the vocals, especially the second tune being, I think, Responding with a Kiss.
Right.
And that song, I don't know, I had this whole kind of David Bowie idea. And, he's a great vocalist, so I wanted to try to measure up.
Oh, mission accomplished, sir.
Thank you very much.
But just in general, with some of the songs, I mean, they kind of jump around. But even though I'm not sure if you meant it to be, but it seemed like there's kind of a theme, but it almost seemed kind of a for lack of better words, a cult theme. I mean, I know I'm saying that not just because of Frozen, but just because of Meant to Be and like Quicksilver and that sort of thing, and just the way everything kind of ties in, and it ties in very well. But it was kind of just something I came up with. It doesn't mean I'm right, mind you, but it was something I was thinking about when I was listening to the album.
Did you say it was a cold, like cold temperature?
Well, not necessarily cold temperature, but kind of cold feelings wise.
Yeah, they're. I mean, lyrically, they're all the songs that I write, anyways, tend to have. I guess they tend to be more conspiracy oriented. You know,
Right.
sort of paranoid and a little. I don't know. I don't write love songs. I couldn't write a pop song to save my life.
Richard, if you were a love song, I'd be worried right now.
And the songs that I tend to write lyrically have more to do with dreams or kind of imaginary processes. So I don't know. Maybe it's just because we when we were writing and recording this album, we were living in a high mountain town, and there's a lot of snow there. So that could be why.
Well, kind of somewhat secluded, we'll put it, maybe?
It was very secluded, yes.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, secluded.
We had a barn. Our studio was in a barn.
And we were. There are a lot of people there that are into prepping for the, you know, whatever might happen in the world in the future.
Oh, boy.
So it was. We were surrounded by a lot of people that have kind of a different perspective on things than, say, the average.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have like a packed backpack ready to go with all their supplies that will last them for 2 months.
That's the whole reason
They
why
can
they
just
live around here.
hike up to the bush and hide.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like, you know, and then there's some songs on the album where we, what was I going to say?
And
I can't remember.
some songs.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of the song, we call it "It Was Nothing," and the chorus on that song is kind of, it's got a hook to it, it's kind of catchy, but it's sort of, it's like lyrically I'm attacking somebody. I'm almost like a politician, so to speak, or
Right.
somebody who's kind of been feeding us a line of crap politically and maybe through the media. So I don't know. I tend to think that way when I'm writing.
Well, no, fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, each person has their own writing style, so you know that's what kind of singles you out and makes you unique from the rest of the people, right? So
Yeah.
now, the next question would be the fact that the album was recorded before the EP. Why did you decide to kind of go in somewhat of a go the EP first?
I felt the songs on the EP were like, we kind of did some beta testing, played them for people, and they liked those 7 songs. So I wanted to put those out first because I wanted to, you know, put forth our kind of best effort out of, like, in total there's about 25 songs that we've mixed and mastered, and I just thought, okay, I've got enough to do, you know, I could do 3 albums, I could do an EP and 2 albums, you know, whatever. So I just thought, well, hit them with the best stuff, and that's what I thought was the strongest material.
Oh, okay. Well, it seemed like it probably must have been a bit of a hard decision in kind of deciding what you wanted to do, though, because with that many songs, I mean, like, you give me like obviously 3 or 4 different scenarios. Well, did you think doing it this way, besides you said pretty much putting forth your best efforts, but besides that, was it just easier to just do EP and album anyways, just in general?
Well, yeah, and I mean, the EP idea for me is total nostalgic kind of thing from when I was a teenager. Like, I always think of the album Chronic Town from REM.
Right.
The, you know, 4-song EP or 5-song EP or whatever it was. I thought, well, that's so cool just to put out a kind of a little sample, you know, tasting board kind of thing.
No, fair enough. You know, and the same thing too. You know, I can remember there's a few EPs with me growing up too, and we're not that separated in age, but I remember picking up Alice in Chains EP Sap, and Soundgarden had a double EP, Screaming Life and Fop.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So no, trust me, I remember those, and some of the best tunes, as far as I'm concerned, were on those albums. Like,
I agree.
But a lot of people were telling us that we should just do EPs and release them quite regularly, but I think we basically, all these songs kind of came together all at once, and we felt that releasing an EP would be a good precursor to a full-length album, and they all kind of go together. So but once this is out, we'll probably get a little remix digital release out at some point this year, and then also we've got our third album is almost completely materialized as far as writing is concerned. So there's some work we need to do with that, but that'll be coming up.
Yeah, the other cool thing about the EP is that eventually all of those 7 songs will make their way on future recordings, but just sort of revamped and done up a little bit better.
So
yeah, like we're going to re-release a song called Missing You. Eventually we're going to re-release Marvelous Propositions. All of those songs on that EP are also going to be remixed by different artists, and we're going to be releasing that compilation eventually.
All right.
An EP you can play around with a lot, I think.
No, fair enough. I mean, you're limited, but you're not. So you're kind of doing what you did with Kite, because Kite's on slow motion.
That's right. Yeah.
So, okay. So I just making sure I'm following here, just because some of those songs I'm kind of looking forward to hearing them again and possibly revamp, because on the EP, I'll be honest, Marvelous Propositions is my favorite song on that EP.
Yeah, right on. Thank you.
So it was it's cool to hear it. It'd be cool to hear it revamped and see who and what they can do with the song, and how they can kind of, I guess, put their own spin on it.
Yeah, that particular tune, I think we want to redo it and do it a little bit longer, and maybe have a little bit of an instrumental section in there. I don't know. It's a lot of cool things you can do when you've got the options, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, can we just remix ourselves? Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll just remix ourselves. Meter Bridge, mixed by Meter Bridge.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to take a quick little break here, and we're going to listen to the first song on the album. This is pretty much a single. This one's called Filter. I think that's Meter Bridge.